Fashion Insider friends, what is up? This is the Fashion Crimes podcast where I cover all things fashion, style, shopping, style inspiration, and interview incredible small business owners who are changing the fashion industry for the better. Yes, I'm the best friend you never knew you needed and the poster child for fashion over 40, and I mean way after 40. Say it with me, fashion and style are your friends, not your enemies. I'm Holly Cates, your favorite personal stylist, and let's keep it real, the only Holly you need to know. Turn it up, because I got a lot to say, and I am super stoked you're here. What's up, everybody? This is your hostess with the mostest, your favorite stylist, and the only Holly you need to know, Holly Cates of Holly Cates Styling. And guess what? This is the Fashion Crimes podcast. We are really excited to have our very special guest, bestie, best gay, my stylist, my friend, Mr. Nolan Meter.
Hello, how are you?
What's up, Nolan? Thank you so much. This is a very, very special episode of the Met Gala extravaganza. And damn, was it a Met Gala? We were chatting. We had the best time going over looks, watching everybody, seeing who's who. I was having to look people up because I didn't know who the fuck anybody was. Anyway, we're going to talk about our likes, our dislikes. And Nolan, since you are the lady of the hour, I would love for you to start off with your overall status report of how you think it went, how you think the looks were, what you loved, what you didn't love. Go ahead.
I honestly was not super thrilled with most people this year, to be honest.
Really?
I just thought it was kind of low budget on a lot of people. I don't know. I was not happy. I just feel like people didn't really think about the theme all that much. I think that it was more of like, oh, I want to look like a whore. Like, it just was not my fave. But certain people like shut it down. And I did see my favorite tweet of the year was, I think that next year's Met Gala theme should just be Blake Lively. And I agree with that.
I mean, words cannot describe how elegant and how she set the bar for what everybody should be dressed like. She was incredible. Okay, so Blake Lively.
She wore an Atelier Versace gown that was inspired by the Statue of Liberty.
Right.
And it was just fantastic. And it had this tie sort of around the waist, this bustle, that when you opened it, the lining was a completely different color that went from bronze to sort of that lightish green color that the Statue of Liberty is. And she also had she had a second set of gloves on in that color underneath her first set. And it was just spectacular. And the best part was that Ryan Reynolds had absolutely no idea. So he was standing at the top of the carpet and it just happened. And he's like, what is going on? It was very cute. And I mean, they were co-hosts this year. So you kind of do have to bring it when you're a co-host. You know, you're expected to show up and, do the best. But she wore Atelier Versace. He wore Ralph Lauren. And I mean, they're obviously one of the most beautiful couples in the world. And I mean, they brought it.
I mean, everything was hand painted in like foil. And
that dress was like probably $300,000.
Yeah, I mean, it was inspired by the architecture of New York City. It had tens of thousands of beads, and her crown had like 7 points to reference 7 different things about the Statue of Liberty. And it was just, I was thinking to myself, how is she going to sit? That was all I was like, how is she going to sit down? And then when they undid her dress, I was like, okay, now she can sit. I was like, how's she going to go to the bathroom? I mean, that's what I was thinking, but it was, hopefully that piece came off, but it was all beaded with the constellations, all of the constellations on the inside. And it was, I've never seen anything like it. Again, she set the bar, and then according to you, it slowly crumbled from there. So we have to talk about Anna Wintour, which I think she was completely flawless in Chanel. It was not too old. It wasn't too young. I loved it. What did you think about her?
I think she looked incredible. And I love that she wore a tiara that she owns, which makes me so happy. But I will say this, other than last year where she wore Oscar, she wears Chanel every year and it's always the same silhouette. It's like a statuesque gown that is like a very straight, tall gown and then something kind of dramatic at the top. It's always the same. And so I kind of wish that she did something a little different, and I wish that she wore something, again, an American designer. But, I did think she looked fantastic. I just wish she went a little different. That's really all.
You're saying she looks, the silhouette looks the same every year is what you're saying.
It does. I mean, listen, she looks incredible. She's the queen of the night. She wore a tiara, so automatically I loved it. But I wish she'd worn an American designer, especially a young one or an emerging one or something, rather than Chanel, because the entire industry just keeps trying to make everyone think Chanel is doing all right, and they're just not. The head designer of Chanel Virginie Viard is atrocious. She's just awful. And people keep trying to, it's like in Mean Girls, like, stop trying to make fetch happen. Stop trying to make Virginie Viard happen, because the clothes are awful. The styling is always terrible for her shows. Like, leggings the color of dryer lint, as my friend Jennifer said. It's just bad. And I don't understand what everyone's allegiance to Virginie is, but I just am very underwhelmed by everything she does. And this dress was beautiful. I just wish she did something different, because she's such a powerful and incredible. And I just kind of wish that she went for it more.
Blake Lively went for it.
She went for it. And if anybody has the power to go for it, it's Anna Wintour. And so for her to just be like, whatever, girl.
Okay, who else were you not impressed with? Because I'll tell you who I love, and you tell me who you don't love.
Camila Cabello and Prabal Gurung was awful. It was
why are you saying it's awful? I said she looked like a bride.
I think the bottom is it's so ill-fitting. It makes her look 18 miles wide. And it's just, and she's not a well-dressed human being anyway. Let's be honest, we're not going to lie. She never really looks good. But this was even worse than usual. This was so bad.
Have you ever watched the Food Network where they have the Spring Baking Championship? Somebody put that dress next to a piece of confetti cake where you cut the cake and it's rainbow slices and it has confetti that comes out the middle. It looks exactly like her dress.
From Flower. Yeah, they're from Flower Shop here in New York. They're like, they have all the Skittles and things inside. Yeah. You cut it open and it's like a bunch of color. Yep.
I didn't even know who she was, but Prabal escorted her, and he was really tan. Spent a little bit of time in the tanning bed, I could tell. But I thought the dress was beautiful. I didn't hate the dress. I just thought it was bridal. That's all. I didn't hate it. Okay, I want to talk about Sarah Jessica Parker.
Okay.
I know you were not impressed, but
I think it was a beautiful dress, and I think it was intentional, because Christopher John Rogers is known for his use of color. I think he wanted to show people, I can do something else. But
she understood the assignment. She got it. Her hat, her hair, her dress. That's exactly what you should look like. I think she nailed it. I didn't love the taupe and the black together. The style of the dress, I loved it. Just loved it.
I think the cut was beautiful. Listen, I think she's fabulous. She's just not, it didn't kill me. Didn't knock my socks off. It didn't make me go, oh my God, she looks amazing. Yes, I have two really amazing ones, both in Alexander McQueen. One is Bea Carrozini, who is Anna Wintour's daughter, who wore this black lacquered laminated lace asymmetrical gown with this cutout in the back that was just so beyond spectacular. And it was this lace that was actually a dress from the show that we went to a couple of months ago. That you fell in love with a much less graceful lace, and it's very delicate and very difficult to wear and work with and to wear things under, not to mention incredibly expensive. And it's sensational.
I saw the dress, but they didn't really showcase her. They really showcased Kaya Gerber.
Right. Who was the other McQueen, which was just to die for. Her makeup, her jewelry, all of it was spectacular.
Her hair, she looked like she was straight out of a fairy tale. She looked so storybook-esque, gorgeous beyond. She looked elegant. Again, she didn't look like a whore. She didn't show up with her tits painted gold. She just looked so beyond. And let me ask you a question, Nolan. When Anna Wintour does the list and then somebody shows up with hand-painted tits and nipple covers, do they automatically not get invited next year? That's my question.
No. Artistic expression is a thing, whatever. I think that If someone really offends her, yes. But I don't think that usually happens, to be honest.
I was just curious. Can we please talk about Emma Stone for a minute? Because I want to.
Someone said it was Mariah Carey's pajamas.
I'm very confused why she thought this dress was enough. And I read somewhere that Louis Vuitton had 18 different people wearing Louis Vuitton. But is this the best she could come up with, or did she get the short straw? I don't know what happened here. Can you help me out?
I don't get it either. I think it looks like a dressing gown.
I can't. In the meantime, I will tell you who was giving me life was Michelle Yeoh. How do you say her last name? Michelle Yeoh?
Oh, the amazing actress from Crazy Rich Asians. She looked, the jewelry, the dress. Also, she also wore Papa Garang.
She looked so gorgeous. And can I just tell you, she is not even 60 years old, but she looks so age appropriate, elegant, stunning, the color, the jewels to match her. I've never seen a necklace that was 12 diamonds deep and all the way down to her cleavage. She just, talk about brought it. She just completely blew me out of the water how stunning she was. I also loved Gemma Chan, even though she did look like a chandelier in Louis Vuitton. That was another Louis Vuitton look that was on the runway. And how are you supposed to sit down in that? I don't get it.
That's something you worry about for the Met. Worst case scenario, you take your pants off.
This is just bizarre. She pulled it off. But can we talk about Aquafina for a minute? Aquafina and Gucci, that to me is the best she's ever looked. What do you think?
I agree. I love Aquafina. And it made me happy to see her look good because, so many times she does not. And,
I know. And she's just not sexy, but she really looked gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. I know how you feel about people should be elegant like Blake Lively. I get that. But I don't want you to hate me that I loved Cardi B's dress by Versace with the chains.
No, that was an amazing dress and it was very on theme. I still don't think she's an elegant human being. I still think she's kind of trash, but she was very well dressed.
She looked gorgeous.
She looked amazing. I still don't think she's an elegant human being. I just don't think that it's not my thing, but it's fine.
There was miles of chain. And they interviewed the two kids that designed that dress with Donatella, and Donatella looked stunning. Stunning as well. But Cardi B, to get her wrapped in, she looked like a mummy, but it was all real gold chains that were for the Versace coins. Oh, I was dying over that. I thought you were going to hate it. I really did.
No. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I loved it.
She usually looks good. She's not my favorite human being, but she does usually look pretty good.
Did you see Casey Musgraves in Prada?
I liked it. Something about it made me not love it.
What was it? Because I was loving her because the whole cast of the new Elvis movie was there and they were all together. And she had this ostrich feather fan. I thought she nailed the thing. Nailed it.
Yeah. I can't put my finger on it. I don't know why. It's just not killing me. It's you know what? I think it's just because I don't like her.
What?
As a person, she just bothers me. I don't know why, but you
don't love Casey Musgraves?
No, when I see her, I just go, she's a weirdo.
Okay, we're divorced. Anyway, she's one of my favorites.
Shit, no, sorry. I know I'm confusing her with Lana Del Rey. Whoops. Okay. No, I don't like Lana Del Rey. I don't know Casey Musgraves. Good for her. Sorry. I get her confused with Lana Del Rey, who I do not like.
Okay, Casey Musgraves is a country singer and she gives me life and I love her so much and she's amazing. She was wearing Prada and it was a black dress. She had a matching ostrich feather fan. She really nailed it. She looked stunning, beyond stunning. Stunning, stunning. And Camila Mendes, and she's from that show Riverdale, she was wearing Alexander Martucci in that gold cutout and her gold makeup. She was in all fringe. Did you see her?
I did. She looked fabulous.
Oh my God, she looked fabulous. Okay, back to the people you don't like. I have one, Anderson .Paak in Gucci with his bowl cut. No. And that big giant boxy jacket. No, queen. Didn't work for me.
No. But he performed at Instagram's after party.
That's all you have to say? He looked terrible. Terrible.
I mean, no bowl cuts.
No bowl cuts, please. No bowl cuts. Nolan, who was the guy with the red gloves, opera gloves?
Oh, I don't know.
We looked at it before.
Another one I hated was Emma Corrin, who's in The Crown, in Miu Miu. It was just terrible.
Why was it terrible?
It was this plaid overcoat and like a weird bowler hat and like white stockings and black shorts and little black boots. And it just, I know it's punk, but I don't care. This is not elegant.
And what do you think about all, the influencers being there and being invited to the Met Gala? What do you think about that?
Go home. It's not a place for people like that. You know who else pisses me off?
I agree with you. I
mean, listen, I just think if you don't want to be there, don't fucking be there. Like, my favorite is Amy Schumer, who said back in the day, oh, being at the Met Gala was like punishment. I left before I even thought I could. It was so fucking boring. And then she went again this year. Bitch, no. Absolutely fucking not.
I didn't know she said that last year.
No, it was like 4 years ago. It was in the press. And I was like, do you know how many people would kill to be there? Shut up. Also, what's with your sunglasses? You look like you have an issue. You look like you're hungover. She
looks like she just rolled out of bed. It really made me mad. And you know who else pissed me off was Courtney. I think I got is it Courtney who's married to Travis Barker, who looks like Freddy Krueger?
No, but I kind of loved it. I love Tom Brown.
I know you love Tom Brown, but it really pissed me off when Lala asked her, she said, what do you think about the theme? Gilded glamour. And she goes, I didn't really think about it. Really, bitch? Okay. I thought that was really rude for her to say that on national television.
Not a great look. I did see Lala at one of the after parties, and God, she's fabulous. She's so nice. I love her.
I did not like what she was wearing. She was wearing a leotard and sarong. I know she was trying to represent. How is that gilded glamour? How? Tell me how.
Well, it's not particularly, but also someone raised a really, really interesting point. It was Gabrielle Union. She also wore Atelier Versace. And she said something along the lines of, how do, people of color interpret gilded glamour? Because we didn't have any money. We didn't participate in any of the glamour. Everyone made all their money off of our backs. So how really are we supposed to interpret this theme? And I thought that was a very good point. So I'm not going to judge her for what she's wearing, because honestly, you know what I mean? I think it was a very fair point. And she wore this gorgeous Atelier Versace gown that had red beading in the back that looks like, symbolized the blood of all people that, it cost to make all of those people all of that money back in the day,
Right. I didn't know where she was going. I didn't know how Lala was supposed to be.
I didn't quite, to be honest. Can I phone a friend?
Sure. That's a new one. Of course we can phone a friend.
I mean, I don't even know where to go with that, to be honest. I'm like, listen, I love Lala. She's such a lovely human being. I didn't love the dress, but I do love Laquan Smith, who designed it. I went to his after party. I had such a great time, and he's just a lovely human being. And I think he is really talented. And I think see a lot of women wearing his clothes that night. They might not be for everybody, but it's kind of interesting to see how his clothes make women feel. Because I hadn't really seen a lot of people in one place wearing Laquan before, because it's not like it's Dior where everybody's wearing it all the time. And it was really just interesting to see these women wearing his clothes. They just seemed to have a confidence that other people in the room just didn't have. It was kind of nice. So listen, if she felt amazing, all the power to her.
Did you see Emily Ratajkowski? She was giving me life. She was wearing the 1992 vintage Versace. That whole beaded thing. Dying.
We love Emrata, but trying to think who else was really giving me life. I have to say I did really like Lala's. The more I look at it, I did like it.
I didn't love it. I didn't get it, but maybe it had a different meaning that I didn't know about.
I mean, I just still can't get over B. Karaziniana's daughter. I just keep seeing pictures of it and going, oh my God, this is so chic. I just can't. But I'm trying to think. Kylie Jenner made me want to jump into oncoming traffic. It was just so bad in so many ways.
Okay.
And the veil, the tulle, it just looked like a sad mix between a bride with no budget and bad taste and like a 1950s nurse. It was just...
I thought you were going to like it because she was paying homage to Virgil Abloh. I thought you were
No,
going to be all over it.
no. You want to honor Virgil. You wear one of his good dresses, not that fucking train wreck.
I agree with you. Courtney really disappointed me with her attitude and how I hated what she was wearing. I like Travis Barker, but he looks like Freddy Krueger to me. He's so scary looking. He's so skinny. And he doesn't smile. And I want to talk about Billie Eilish because you know what I'm going to say. But before I jump down your throat, I want you to talk about it.
I hate the color. I think the color is terrible, and I think it looks too costumey. That being said, I think it is the best she has looked in a long time. The one look Billie Eilish has ever worn that was ravishing was last year's Met Gala, the Oscar de la Renta tulle. It was spectacular. And that is when she showed that she is capable of bringing it,
Right.
And because usually, and I understand her mentality of, trying to, not be sexualized and all of that. Fine. But you've heard me go on my rant. You don't need to dress like a fucking trucker. But
right.
I loved that she was confident in what she was wearing. She seemed confident in what she was wearing, which I think for her, like, she is supremely talented. It might not be my kind of music, but no one can argue with her talent. She's a huge, she's one of the most famous women in the world right now. And I think what I love about her is she's very open about the fact that she's still very insecure about a lot of things. And I didn't see that on the red carpet this year with her. Usually, she kind of looks a little timid or a little miserable, not miserable as in she actually hates it, but miserable as in she's so anxious that she's miserable, which is kind of my usual vibe I get on the red carpet. She's so anxious and scared about it that she just wants to pretend she doesn't care and doesn't want to be there kind of thing. And this year, I didn't get any of that. She looked like she wanted to be there, like she enjoyed what she was wearing. She seemed excited. And I loved seeing that on her. I know that that's random, but she just seemed happy and confident in what she was wearing, which I love for her because I think it was a beautiful dress. It just wasn't the right color, in my opinion. I didn't die for the flower, but I liked that she was wearing something with a lot of shape and structure and still felt confident in it. It made me happy for her because I hope that now she'll be a little bit more confident in herself and her, sartorial capability. So you will, so you say or whatever. But
she looked like she worked. She was a madam in an 1800s whorehouse. That's what she looked like to me. But with that being said, Winnie Harlow, I have just become the president of her fan club. She looked like an absolute angel, like from heaven. She was wearing this whimsical, costumey, white tulle thing with the not wings, but it looked like wings. It was like 3D by Iris Van Herpen. What are you saying? She had this headpiece on.
No one does the Met Gala like Iris Van Herpen. She's a genius beyond, what most people can comprehend. That's why, I love hearing people who have no idea about fashion, people who have no interest and no idea about it. I hate that. That looks so weird. Bitch, if you only knew.
Right. I agree with you.
The technology and innovation that goes into the clothing that Iris Van Herpen makes is mind-blowing. It is truly mind-blowing. The woman is an artist. Her pieces are so expensive and so hard to produce. And she only makes, one or two, she's just a genius. And I love everything she does. Did I think it was particularly on theme? No. But anytime someone wears Iris Van Herpen to the Met Gala, which does happen every year, I die for it because it's just, for me, it's kind of the ultimate. It kind of, it makes me so happy because it shows what fashion is capable of. And that brings me a lot of joy. I was telling someone the other night that this is my favorite day of the year. And people think I'm joking. They think I like it. What about Christmas? What about your birthday? What about da-da-da? I said, no, this is my favorite day of the year because it is the only day of the year where the majority of people in the country love and appreciate fashion as much as I do and understand it as much as I do and give it the attention and the respect that it deserves in the way that I do and a lot of us do. So that's why I love the Met Gala. And I think Iris Van Herpen is fabulous. I do.
I think
I put my finger on what I hate about Casey Musgrave's outfit.
Rude.
I figured it out. I hate the fucking gloves. The gloves are distracting me. Take the gloves off. Because the dress is fabulous.
She looked gorgeous. So shut your hole.
I know, I'm sorry. She used to take the fucking gloves off. Jesus. Are you were you it looks like she was either, I don't know, cooking or fisting somebody. I don't know. It was just gross. And I'm not here for the gloves.
Okay, but she looked stunning. She was wearing Prada. She looked amazing. Her hair looked gorgeous. Her makeup looked gorgeous. She looked beautiful to me. But back to Winnie Harlow. With her skin and that dress, she looked like an angel from heaven. That's all I'm going to say. I saw her and my mouth dropped to the floor. Winnie Harlow is gorgeous. She has never been more stunning in that dress. She's never been stunning, in my opinion. Okay, we talked smack about everybody except Alicia Keys and Ralph Lauren. What are you saying to me right now? She looked beyond. I mean, beyond. How gorgeous. How stunning. Her hair with the 3D thing around her braid.
Alicia Keys and Ralph Lauren, I loved it. The only thing I didn't love was Zhang Choi talking about how Ralph Lauren copied his clothes because Zhang Choi did a New York City skyline cape. First of all, everything Zhang Choi touches looks like shit. He has bad fabric, bad taste, and he's a Trumper. Need I say more?
I know he's a very strong supporter of the Trump family.
Disgusting. I mean, honestly, he's disgusting. He has bad taste, no talent. And listen, I like the guy. He's nice to me, on a personal level. He's very good to me. But shut the fuck up. I don't want to see a page 6 article about how Ralph Lauren stole your dress, because you know what? He didn't. He might have seen yours and said, let me do this because I actually have talent. Seriously, like, shut up. Like, he tries to make everything about him. It was on Facebook. He put it on Instagram. He puts it it's all over the post. Shut up. It's Ralph Lauren.
There's nothing more, right. There's nothing more American than that, than Ralph Lauren.
It's just so cheesy. It's like, you gross human being. Like, no one at the Met Gala has ever worn your fucking clothes. And there's a reason for it. The only people who buy your clothes are housewives with too much money and not enough taste.
Okay. With that being said,
don't go near Ralph Lauren. Don't touch Ralph Lauren. I'll punch a bitch. Hold on, but I have one more. I have to address Kylie Jenner's veil because it was so bad. It was good.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
And it has sparked a million memes where it's like the face behind the netting, and like the caption is like, the oranges in a bag watching me reach for my third piece of cake in the fridge.
Oh my God. That is not
Or there's
okay.
one where like the baby bell in my fridge watching me not eat it or something. It's really funny.
Okay. In conclusion, Nolan, besides Blake Lively, who was your best?
Oh, I had so many more. Also, I didn't get to shit on Tommy Dorfman.
Oh yeah, that was so bad. Sorry.
I love Christopher Kane, but the dress was an atrocity.
I told you it looked like basement fucking like bondage. It looked awful.
It did a little bit. So that was terrible.
Awful.
Actually, I do. I had one more. Quanah Chasing Horse, the model and native activist in Probably Wrong, beyond show-stopping, beyond spectacular. The color, the embroidery that was very clearly references to her heritage. She's stunning. And the dress was beyond. So I think, Probable had highs and lows. He did Michelle Yeoh, he did her amazingly well. Ashley Park looked amazing. But, and then you have Camilla, who looked like she was having an issue.
I loved Ashley Park. God, I love that dress.
I love Ashley Park too. I feel like we'd be good friends. She seems like a good time girl.
Hot pink corset with the ostrich feather skirt. Here for it, honey. Here for it. Love it.
I also have to talk about Lizzo, my two other favorites. Lizzo in Tom Brown. I'm sorry, but that coat, I want it. I want to wear it to Whole Foods. I want to wear it to the bodega. I want to wear it everywhere. I want a coat. All I could think of in my head it was so sad. All I could think of was, like, in my head, Andre Leon Talley at the top of the stairs when he used to sit there, and like when he was talking about Rihanna and saying, I want more train, and I want 5 people carrying it up the stairs. That's all I could think about with this, because it was so heavily embroidered and so dramatic. And so it made me sad because I thought he would have loved it. But
I saw the video. It took like 32,000 man hours to make that dress. I mean, sorry, to make the coat. It was the huge thing about that coat.
And her
she
playing
wore
the
it
flute
proudly.
made my day. I fucking
that was fabulous. That was fabulous.
I love that she does that. My other is, and it's not particularly gilded. How long are we pretending Shawn Mendes is straight? I don't know, but it's fine.
He did look good. And I'm not even a fan, but I thought it was a little wintry what he was wearing, but...
It was, but I felt things. I'm not going to lie.
Okay, well,
I was like, do I find him... I mean, he's a little young for me, but I was like, do I find him attractive now? Wow. Okay.
I can't. I want to find the guy in the red opera gloves who I had his name, but I can't remember who it was. Hold on. It's bothering me.
Camila Cabello just makes me so sad. I just see it and think, God, who did this to you?
Listen, we've already talked about her. I want to talk about people you love. You got 5 minutes. Go.
Alexa Chung and Siriano wasn't particularly gilded. It was just chic as fuck. Anuk Yai, the supermodel in pink sequin Michael Kors. There was nothing gilded about it, but God, it was fabulous.
As much as I hated Gigi Hadid, what she was wearing, because she looked like she was wearing a sleeping bag, she did look fucking incredible. She looked incredible.
No, she brings it. Listen, she is a supermodel.
Yeah,
I mean,
she looked stunning. Oh my God, did you see Glenn Close and Valentino? Oh,
she's a legend. And there's a reason she's a legend.
The hot pink with her earrings, the feather earrings, that was the best she's ever looked. That was the best.
I loved Rosalia in Givenchy. I thought it was amazing. The sunglasses were a fucking tragedy, but the dress was amazing. And it brought me a lot of joy. I think we also need to talk about Kim Kardashian because it was...
God, I'm so bored. I'm so bored of talking about her. But go ahead.
It was, in my opinion, probably the best she's ever looked, in that she looked elegant, she looked polished, she looked put together, which is something that, like last year, she looked like she was wearing a t-shirt, which was kind of the inspiration, but I still wasn't here for it. I just loved it. I loved the story behind it. I loved that she couldn't, fit into the real dress. So they made a replica until she could fit into the real one to make sure it would fit before they touched it. They made a closet for her at the bottom of the red carpet for her to change into it. So
and I read
you couldn't sit in that dress.
She only worked for 4 minutes until she got up the stairs, and that was it.
Yes, at the top of the stairs, she changed into a copy.
Right.
Because you can't, the dress was $5 million. You can't, you just can't do that. And so that was amazing. I just thought it was great. I thought she looked fantastic.
Cody Smith McPhee, that's his name. He was wearing Bottega Veneta, and it looked like he was wearing jeans, but they're really leather pants with a white button-down shirt and red opera gloves. Okay, Queen, that's what was bothering me.
I'm going to choose to ignore that one because I just have nothing nice to say.
It's terrible.
I just don't like him. I will say another brand that really killed it for me was Schiaparelli, which, I always love Schiaparelli, but sometimes it's a little too weird. Like, not for me, but for people to actually understand it. I understand it, but I'm me, I know I'm not normal. So Schiaparelli had two that really stood out to me. One being Louisa Jacobson in this sheer Schiaparelli moment with this incredible gold overlay that is it was gilded. The drama was there. It was not full length, which I loved even more. And the other, Carey Mulligan. What a showstopper. It was gilded. It was chic. It made her look incredible. The gold embroidery, it was fabulous. I thought she looked incredible. I really did. And, I want Schiaparelli to make something now. I just need to sell my kidneys.
Okay, well, your kidneys are pertinent to your living and life, and I need you to live.
They've been working overtime this week, let me tell you. After party for the Met. I was supposed to go to 3 parties that night. I only went to 1 because I forgot I don't drink cognac. Girl down.
I'm sorry. Are your diamond shoes too tight with all your parties?
My shoes are too tight, honey. I felt like Beyonce. I was like, look at me. Oh, I'm in demand.
Anyway, I know you want to talk about this for the next 45 minutes, but we do have to wrap it up. I really loved studying everybody and reading about it and watching the videos. I, again, was published in the AP this time. Even though it was only one sentence, we're here for it. Right, Nolan? Mazel tov to me on that. And we are signing off for the year of red carpet. The red carpet season is officially done, but Fashion Week is coming up. So
Hampton season is starting.
And so, whatever Nolan decides to have pity on me and throw me an invitation here or there, I might be accompanying him on some of these little soirees. We'll see. Any last thoughts, comments, wishes? Any last wishes before? I'm sorry you didn't get to phone a friend. We'll have to plan that better next time.
Stop wearing opera gloves.
Okay. Anyway, Nolan, thank you for your comments, your energy, and for your commentary. We appreciate it. And we hope that you'll be back.
Oh, you just call me. Don't invite me. I'll come. I said that last night.
Oh, yes. And, we have the Rising Stars coming up, which is going to be exciting and great and glamorous. We're going to be rooting for our best friend, Julie Lamb, in the jewelry category. So we will be posting about that. So stay tuned to Instagram. This has been the Fashion Crimes Podcast. My name is Holly Cates, your hostess with the mostest, your favorite personal stylist, and of course, the only Holly you need to know. Thank you so much for listening. This was our Met Gala recap. Have a great day. Join our Insider Bestie crew. Share it with somebody you love. Send us an email. Send us snail mail. Let us know how you're feeling, what you want to know about. And we will be back next week. We've got a lot of great stuff coming up. Do not hesitate to let us know what you want to know about. If you have a style or shopping or fashion question, please let us know. This has been the Fashion Crimes Podcast, and we are out.